Hey you guys, it's Mahogany with OMG Rover. The day has finally come. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick breakdown on everything that's gonna go down in this engine install part 1. I'm not sure how many parts it'll be just yet. Oh my goodness, I look a mess. Not sure how many parts it'll be just yet. I'm just doing things as they get here, and I have my seals and gaskets to go ahead and put the motor together, the front cover, the water pump. I asked a couple of friends and they told me to wait on the starter and everything so I can access the bell housing bolts. So anyways, sorry, my ADD took a hold of me. So what we're gonna do first is get the hood removed, or the bonnet, get the bonnet removed. And then we are going to put the front cover, seal or gasket, whatever you want to call it, on there. And then we'll put the new motor mount on there. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm tired. I just finished putting together the engine hoist, the knockdown engine hoist that I rented last time to get it out of the Kia, to get the motor out of the Kia. I got that again, so I just finished putting that together. It kicked my ass. It's like 101 degrees today. But yeah, so what we're gonna do first is get the bonnet removed. I already took one bolt out before I realized, hey, I might need to start recording this. So we actually broke our tripod, so some of this might just be clipped, but I know I won't make many edits to the video when it comes to like me talking and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and get the bonnet removed and I'll get back to you guys. I'm gonna try to make sure I put all the small details on film. I'm gonna try to make sure I get that on camera. But stuff like this, like taking off the bonnet, of course, it's just 4 bolts, 2 on each side. And then I'll be back with you guys. Okay, so I got all 4 screws off. Now it's time for me to unhook it and just pull it off. Hopefully it's not, hopefully it's as light as I think it is, but I'm gonna just pull it off and sit it to the side over there behind the roof rack. So here we go. Okay, so that wasn't bad at all. It literally probably weighed not even 10 pounds, but now we got everything all open, easy to access. So I'm gonna start by getting everything out the way. That way I make sure we have clearance. And then we'll get started on assembling the front cover and the water pump. Okay, so that looks cleared out enough to me. I got everything out the way. I put everything either on top or on the left or right sides. You can see everything is just piled up. So I'm about to go ahead and get the engine hooked up to the cherry picker and just get it cleaned up a little bit. Okay, so here it is. I've been wiping it down for a little bit, really probably like 2-3 minutes. I gave it a good spray with some degreaser, and I'm just gonna keep wiping it down, like get all of this off, get all of that off, and get this cleaned up a little bit more. You can see where the old gasket was. I had some problem getting it off the timing cover too, but I'm about to keep getting this cleaned up and then I'll get back with you guys. Okay, so I got this all cleaned up and I got the mating face to this all cleaned up. Now I'm gonna apply my high-tech gasket sealant, but it's really just like a holder, like it's tacky and it holds the gasket. and it helps with the seal. It's not actually like a sealant, but I'll show you guys what it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and apply that to both here and there and let it sit and dry for a little bit and then stick the gasket on. So give me 1 second. Okay, so fast forward. I forgot where I left off. Sorry, ADHD again. But I got the front part cleaned off, in case I haven't said that. I got the 2 mating faces cleaned off, the one on the motor and the front plate. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with an 18mm wrench to get the old motor mounts off and the new ones right there on. So it was a bitch getting the other one off. I'm sure this one won't be, won't be any easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video and try to get it off. Okay, so now that I have both of them out, I can put the new ones in. And these are the new ones, you can see. And the other one was broken off, so it's really just the rubber pad. You can tell this one was on its way out too. It's kind of separating. Versus this is one solid piece. Okay, so what I did was put them on tight and then back them off just a little bit so it'll have room when I go in there. If it's not aligned, I'll just tap it with the hammer or so. Okay, so I got it in there. I end up having to use a floor jack to jack up the transmission as far as I could go. And then it just literally dropped right into place with the engine mounts on. So it will be nearly impossible getting this thing in without jacking the transmission up. Now I'm just waiting for some help from one of my Land Rover buddies to figure out what the bell housing bolts look like. The guy I bought the motor from, he had everything labeled pretty well, but that's one thing that's not labeled at all. So I am trying to now figure out which bolts go into the bell housing to get this thing at least attached together. I got the last 2 bolts for the bottom of the motor mounts. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in there, and they are as well a 18mm nut. I think I said bolt at first, but they're at 18mm nut, and you just screw it on from the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead, since I got everything lined up, the motor, transmission, the bell housing, the mounts, everything is lined up, and the jack is no longer holding any slack of the motor. So I'm gonna just go ahead and get it bolted in and tightened down while it's lined up so that I don't have any problems. I am gonna pull a little bit of slack so that it doesn't shift as I'm pulling on it. I'm not lifting it up any. I'm just getting the slack out of the, here we go, out of the chain just to get everything bolted in.